In our eTail system, we need to create database objects. The physical database objects have to be created. So for that, I'm going to use PostgreSQL database. So the very first step is to create a database, and on top of the database, we need to create a schema, and post that we'll be eligible to create the list of database objects like tables, views, and so on. So in order to use this pgadmin, that is the tool that is offered by PostgreSQL database, pgadmin is an UI tool where we'll be having a UI features to create the database schemas and the database objects. So first thing is I'm going to log in to the database using the credential, and upon providing the credentials, the server instance will be enabled for us. So as you can see, there is a single PostgreSQL server instance is up and running, and under that you'll find a database menu. So once you drill down to the database menu, you'll find a default database that is offered by PostgreSQL. So we are not going to use the Postgres offered default database. Instead, we are going to create our own database, the custom database for this system called eTail application. So how do we create a database? Here is just right click on the databases, and you'll have the create database option, and there you'll be eligible to provide the database name. So I'm going to provide the database name as eTail. So this we have already seen in the data dictionary earlier. So if you look at the data dictionary, I referred that the database name is going to be eTail, and the schema name is going to be eTail_trn, and trn refers to the transaction. Now moving on to the wizard, where we will be having an option to create an eTail systems database. So I have referred the name of the database to be eTail, and I'm going to offer the comments for this eTail database. So for that, I have a ready-made comments available. So just we'll go ahead and grab the database comments, and then we'll drop it into the comments section. So here I'm going to refer the basic information about this database. So I'm going to give the date on which this database is created and who's the author of this database creation. It's none other than the eTail systems database admin is the author, and 28th July is when I'm creating this eTail database, and some few basic definition about this database is also provided. This comment is essential because any third person who is going to view at this particular database can gain some knowledge about the need of this database. So let's click on the save button to create the database successfully. As you can notice that the custom database got created, that is eTail database is ready. So once you expand the eTail database, you'll find a schema where we are going to create a new schema right now. So on clicking the schema, you can right click and create a new schema. Again, a schema creation wizard appears, and the name of the wizard that I'm going to use is eTail_trn. Again, I'm stressing that the trn means it's transaction. So all transactional data will get flown into this schema. It's not a reporting database, it's a transactional database. Now here again, it's a good practice to offer the comments while you create a schema. So let's go ahead and grab the comments for the schema as well, which I have made it readily available. So let's drop the definition of this schema that we are going to create. So here what we are going to do is again change the date on which the schema gets created. So that's on 28th, and who's the author is again the eTail systems database admin is the author of this schema. So just click on the save button again, and you can notice a new schema got created. Under the schema, we have a public schema as well, and we are not going to use them since we are going to have a customized version of schema exclusively for this eTail system. So the database name is eTail, and the schema name is eTail_trn. So what we are going to do with that is we are going to create database objects. So the database objects are none other than the tables, views, and so on. So on the first basis, we are going to create tables under this schema.